Hey everyone, and welcome back to Travels and Tranquility. I'm Lauren.
I'm Devin.
I feel like I said travels weird, but that's okay. We're bringing you another reaction video to our experiences down in Southern California for my birthday weekend. Woohoo! And today we're talking about our experience with the Warner Brothers Studio Tour Plus. So there's a couple different options when you go to the Warner Brothers Studio Tour website. You've got your standard tour, you've got the Studio Tour Plus, and then there is a deluxe tour. They also list a classics tour, but I've never seen it actually like on any dates.
There's no calendars attached to it.
Yeah, so I don't know if it ever actually is available. But we booked the Studio Tour Plus. This is our second time going there. And our fourth time, I think, overall doing the Warner Brothers Studio Tour. So
yeah,
let's dive in. So these categories aren't written down in maybe a weird order.
Let's just walk through how the day went down. Let's start there.
Okay, so we wake up. No, I'm just kidding. Saw that.
We find ourselves in California.
Yeah. Well, suddenly, I'm awake. I just remember Aaron talking to Robert California or whatever on The Office when he says you don't have to say that you're awake, but she keeps saying it. Anyway, little Office reference. So, Warner Brothers Studio Tour. So you go, you park in the parking garage, you enter, you go through the little security like we showed you, and you kind of go through a couple of different waiting areas, and then you're called back. So what's great about the studios, maybe we just talk about experience and food kind of overall.
Yeah.
And the perks of being on the Plus versus the regular.
Right.
So the Plus includes you're in a smaller group.
Yeah, much smaller group.
On your tour. It's much smaller. And you start off in kind of a more deluxe waiting area where you're fed some kind of breakfasty refreshments.
It's like a continental. It's like an upgraded continental.
So you've got pastries and muffins. There's coffee, juice, water, soda. There's also some more savory snacks. So there's chips and pretzels.
Trail mix.
Trail mix kind of things. There might even be a couple of pieces of fruit. You saw it in our video. And then you go into a much smaller theater to watch the little beginning presentation. And they are, I think, better quality seats.
Yeah,
that's something that they advertise on the website. And then you go off on the tour. So big differences in the tour with the Plus. You're with your tour guide for about an hour longer than you are on the regular studio tour. You also get off the tram a couple extra times on the Plus tour.
Although there are differences depending on what's happening at the studio at the same time. We'll talk about that a little bit too, because there was a couple of tiny differences.
Yes. A couple of areas where we didn't get off like we normally had in the past. I mean, you could say that now. That's it, really. I don't know what else you were going to say to that.
Well, I didn't know if we wanted to get think specific.
No, I think it's fine. And then one of the other differences with Plus is that you get to go to the prop warehouse, which you don't get to do on the regular tour. So you get to get off the tram and kind of meander through the little prop area, which I believe was also included in our video.
Yeah.
The other big difference, I think the last big difference, when you're dropped off, when you're done with the guided tour portion and you transition into the self-guided portion, you included in the cost of your tour is lunch at the Central Park Cafe, which is like the little Friends experience kind of area. It's by the Friends gift shop.
Second of three locations.
Yes. Yeah, because first being the guided tour, then you have the Central Park Friends Big Bang kind of area, and then you go to the Harry Potter and DC superhero area.
It's a self-guided tour.
Yeah. And with your little included thing, you get an entree off of their hot or cold menu. They have some prepared sandwiches and stuff. You get a drink and you get a side, which can either be chips or There's
stuff
cookies,
from the cold case,
anything like that. There are bakery items, and the drink can either be they have like bottled sodas and waters, or you can get like coffees and teas and stuff because it's like a coffee shop. It's supposed to be like Central Perk.
Right. They have stuff. They have a bunch of specific sandwiches and drinks and stuff. Named after the friends.
So that's kind of. Oh, sorry.
You're good.
So that's kind of the perks of being on the plus versus the regular. I think this would be a good moment to transition into talking about the food that's on this plus tour. The bakery items like continental breakfast type stuff, I think are great.
They're great. There's this, I don't know where they're bringing this stuff in or if they do it in-house or whatever, but I'm a huge fan of apple fritters. And they have this apple fritter that is in their continental thing that is just off the charts good. It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a little chocolate chip muffin. It was great. It was fresh, delicious. It's really awesome. You get like real plates, real silverware, so you feel like fancy.
Yeah. It's so classy.
It's in like a nice little area. I think it's A+. It's nice that it's included. You know, depending on the time of day on your tour, you may not need that kind of stuff. You know, our tour was at 9:30 in the morning, so it was nice to have a little muffin, you know, but if you're coming in at 2:30, maybe that's not really that exciting. But that's probably why they also have like chips and pretzels and stuff too.
Yeah, because you can grab some stuff, throw it in your bag. And they encourage it too. They're like, take whatever you want.
Yeah, I took a bag of popcorn and Devin took a bag of chips with us to go.
Still have in our pantry.
Yeah, you still have your chips. I ate my popcorn. And then the Central Park lunch. I am surprised. Central Park, excuse me. I'm surprised. This is we've had it every time we've gone. Other times we've had to pay for it ourselves.
Yeah.
And how good it actually is.
It is. It's a surprisingly good place.
Yeah, because it's just probably like a little hot press kind of thing. I imagine it's similar to like a Starbucks setup.
Well, it is now. That's something
like a toaster oven.
That's something I wanted to get at a little bit. Is this time I actually felt there was a little bit of a dip in quality.
Oh, I thought it was good.
No, I mean it was good. I mean it's always been good, but the last couple of times we've gone up until now, they had the portion sizes were bigger, which isn't necessarily that big of a deal, and the sandwiches are all now, like Lauren said, frozen, and you throw them into a toaster oven. And last time they weren't doing that. It was like a press sort of thing, like a panini press thing. But now they're all frozen and stuff. So there's.
How did you know they were frozen? You saw them come out of the freezer?
Because I had to go back for your sandwich. I said, oh, hey, we had a turkey and cheddar as well. And she's like, oh, yeah, so sorry. And she pulled this little plastic wrapped frozen thing.
It was frozen?
Yeah.
Because, Starbucks, they're not frozen. They're like cold, and then they just warm them up.
Yeah, I mean, it turns out great. I mean, that's of the quick service stuff you could get. They're still amazing.
Right. It is also your only option on property, kind of for lunch food.
Yeah.
There is a Starbucks at the very beginning, right after you pass security. So when you're leaving, it'd be after the final gift shop. So that is another option. But as far as like food. That's it's kind of your only option. I think it's really good. I always get the turkey and cheddar melt. It's always really tasty. I tried one of their cupcakes this time. I thought it was great. Before I had one of their like decorated sugar cookies that are like prepackbread out in front. It wasn't very good.
It's just like,
but the fresher item was good.
Right. Yeah, and the cookies are like standard shortbread, soft bake, whatever cookies, and they're just like covered in fondant. It's not great, but I still really enjoyed it. I did. I just noticed that they're doing things a little differently than they were the last time we were there.
Yeah.
But it was great. I had a Cuban, which was great. Pickles were very good.
So maybe this is a good time to talk about like value for money. So the Studio Tour Plus, I'm horrible at remembering prices of things, but I'll put in how much I paid. But I want to say it was like $100 and something per person. I'll put the total cost here for the two of us to go, because I'm horrible at prices. I think there's a lot of value for money. I think with the extra snacks that you get in the morning, the extra long tour, the included in the cost lunch, and the tour just kind of overall, I think is amazing. I really enjoy it.
Yo, I think it's stellar. It's worth every penny for sure.
Yeah.
Even with the slight differences and stuff that you may encounter. Like last time we went, when it was, just last year, they give out these cool Warner Brothers like history books and stuff that you could they give them out in the main continental dining area in the very beginning, and you just keep them.
Take one.
We noticed they didn't have that this time, but instead they were listed for sale.
They were listed for sale last year too.
Was it too? Okay, well, you can get those guidebooks
for free.
You can get them in the gift shop now, but those aren't included, or at least this time it was not included.
Yeah.
Which is fine because we already have one of them. But it's worth every penny for sure.
Yeah, I really enjoy the experience. I think Warner Brothers is one of the better studios and probably one of the better studio tours that you could visit, in my mind.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of stuff. Warner Brothers has been around now. They're celebrating 100 years. So they have a lot of properties. And it's really cool. And if you're a fan of, DC superheroes, Harry Potter, Gilmore Girls, Friends, Ted Lasso, like they have a lot of quality programming.
Oh, and that's the thing, like Lauren was saying, like they've been around for 100 years, and if you're a classic film fan, a classic TV fan, or you're into just the modern stuff, which is okay too, they've got stuff for everyone. Absolutely everyone. And it's really awesome to see that the studio is still being actively used. Like there's something filming there right now in an area that we weren't allowed to shoot that very much looks like it's going to be something for the DC properties that are moving forward. Obviously,
we talked about it in the vlog.
Right, yeah. So it's just cool. Just being there is amazing.
Absolutely, yeah. It's a lot of fun to be where movies and shows are made. It's really exciting. You can see set pieces and stuff from all of your favorite movies and shows. It's very cool.
Right, and you just run into random stuff too. Like last year, we ran into a couple of boats from Our Flag Means Death. Like
that was pretty cool. They were just in a parking lot.
Yeah, they were just in a parking lot.
Yeah.
Movie magic. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome. I will say a lot of it also depends on, with a lot of guided things, it depends on your tour guide and it depends on the group that you're with. I think last year we had a better combination of those things than we did this year, but it was still great. Like the tour guides are very knowledgeable. They're always asking, like if you have questions, they're also always willing to take your photo places, which is great. And they're very friendly and personable, and it's nice with the Studio Tour Plus being in a smaller group because it gives you more opportunities for that kind of interaction with the guide on their own. So that's nice.
Totally agree.
Yeah. So I think final thoughts, we love it.
Hands down.
Would definitely recommend it if you're a fan of like movies and shows. We highly recommend the Studio Tour. If you don't think you need all of those extras, then the basic Studio Tour is awesome. It's still amazing. It's still definitely worth it. We've done that one 2 times and we've done the plus one 2 times.
Right.
So,
and with the basic one, you still get to see the DC exhibit, the Harry Potter exhibit.
Yeah, you still see all of the exhibits. It's just your like guided tour portion is a little bit shorter.
Right, and you don't see the prop house.
Yeah.
Which I think is very cool because there's a Maltese Falcon.
There's multiple Maltese.
There's 3 of them just sitting in the doorway. It's great.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we highly recommend it. You should definitely check it out. We'll leave some of the like links and stuff below if you're interested, if you're ever in Southern California. It is a great way to spend a birthday, I will say. It's a very like fun thing to do for birthdays. You see people there celebrating things. There was, I think, a family on there celebrating somebody's graduation, I think.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a fun thing to do for a celebration.
I agree.
Cool. Well, thanks for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed. You can give it a thumbs up if you did, and hit subscribe. It just helps us. Thank you for getting us to 50 at the point of this filming. We've made it over 50 subscribers, which is really exciting.
That's exciting.
Yeah, definitely stay tuned. There's more of my birthday weekend to come. We've got an Alaska cruise, a Europe cruise. Like we've got so much coming this year.
We have Icon booked.
Yeah, for next year. But yeah.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Definitely lots of fun travel videos to come. If you have any questions or like recommendations, leave them in the comments. We'd appreciate it. And we'll catch you guys on the next adventure. Bye, you guys.